everyone, welcome to another Sims 4 5x5 Micro Home Challenge video. I'm your Jagon, and today I attempted to make a colonial French country style micro home with formal garden, and you'll see what I did here in a moment. We've got a 5x5 square house. It's literally 5x5. No frills, no bump outs, just 5x5 cube. And then I decided to make the roof a little bit more interesting, just to make things a bit more different than what the last 5x5 house I did, because, 5x5 houses, there's not a lot you can do to them to make them different. So every little thing that you can do counts. It really does. So I made two little roof bump outs here, shrunk them down, and made the two little roof sections here going out, kind of just to make like a covered porch type thing. Did the same thing on the other side. Now, I didn't like the fact you can see there that those little platforms are sticking out of the roof. I really didn't like that. So I figured out a way, you'll see in a bit, to get rid of that. The way that I got rid of it finally. So I just clicked on the tiny platform and I clicked that down arrow there that you see on the left. Doing it that way didn't work, as you can see, but yeah, just click that little arrow there on the left and it works perfectly fine. And you literally cannot see the platforms through the roofs at all. So that's very, very good. I tried to keep this to a French country style, which didn't leave me a lot of choice for stuff. French country style is a pretty new style for The Sims, and yeah, you can see here we've got mostly Henford on Bagley stuff that's French country. I would love to see more French country stuff come out for The Sims. I really would. Now, really wanted this fox stained glass window. I think that is the cutest window in The Sims. Hands down, it's just super, super adorable. I would love to see a large version of this, to be honest. Turned on my trifecta of cheats, bb.move objects, bb.show hidden objects, and bb.show live edit objects. Moved the door a bit so that the window actually fits. Then I wanted to put, I really, really wanted to put either some shuttered windows there next to the door or the bay window, but unfortunately it just didn't work. It's too large for the shuttered windows and nothing really matched. That's another annoyance that I've got with The Sims 4. The swatches don't match. And you would think, with it all being Henford on Bagley, you would think that the swatches, if a door has a certain swatch, you would think that the windows would also have those swatches, but some of them are really close, but they're not all exact. And it really, really annoys me that I can't have the exact window that I want in the same swatch as the door, for example. Or the door might be slightly different color than the window swatch that I'm using. Really annoying. So I added the double window there, and then the matching single window. And you can see there the annoyance. See, the swatch on the inside of the window doesn't match with the double window. Again, that's just really, really annoys me. But that's okay. So, added another fox stained glass window there, and that's going to be where the bathroom is going to go in just a little bit. Super tiny house means super tiny bathroom. And you might recognize this from another 5x5 house that I did. It's a very, very similar layout. And when you're making houses this small, again, it's really difficult to make them look different. So that's why I'm going for a different style each time, trying to do different things with each 5x5 house. We've got, I decided to go with the sunlit stones, and found out that if you put just on the corner, and then put the matching sunlit stone, so those are sunlit stones upon stones, and then you got sunlit stone. If you put those in the center, the corner bits match up perfectly. It's a really neat trick that I don't know how many of you know, but if you don't know, you do now. Adding lighting now. Decided to go with the lantern there. Love it as a outdoor wall light. Like a front door porch light type thing. Putting the walls in for the bathroom now. A lot of this is Hinford on Bagley. I added most of the stuff in here is Hinford on Bagley, with the exception of this wall. I really love the look of this panel and wallpaper combo. The wallpaper itself is really, really pretty. Decided to go with the hardcore cottage door for inside. Ended up going with the dark and stormy night ceiling light throughout the house. Literally the only thing I had that's French country is the seaside cottage wooden floor, so added that in. Went with a light floor instead of a dark one to match the brick wall and to also kind of go against the dark of the paneling. And I knew that a lot of the furniture was going to be dark as well, so I really wanted something else, something to offset the dark colors that I was going to be using. So went again with the off-grid country stove and hood. Decided to go with the more retro-looking refrigerator as opposed to the wooden off-grid one. Went with the crew cabinet sink. It was the closest sink that I could come with that matched the cooker and the refrigerator. I had loads of problems with color swatches. Absolute tons of problems with color swatches here. As you can see there, the closest color swatch I could get for that matched the sink was that color. Like I said, Sims 4 really annoys me with their color swatches. We need more color swatches. We need matching color swatches, to be honest. I don't care, we can have, like half a dozen swatches per thing, but just make them match, Especially if they're from the same pack. Make them match. Added the volants for all of the single windows and the slimline curtains for the doubles. I think that the color of those curtains really offsets the wallpaper and the paneling really nicely. And they goes really well with the countertops as well. So added the French Country trash can from Get Together. Ended up going with the Snowy Escapes pack for the bin. I think that's the only Snowy Escape pack thing that I have. So if in this build, so if you don't have Snowy Escapes, that's literally the only thing that you'll be missing. Actually ended up going with more packs on this than I thought I was going to, but that's okay. This is a style, not specifically meant to be base game. Had to add a little tea set there, a little teapot and cups. Had loads of problems doing the placement. I hate the standard placements that are already, pre-made onto the furniture. So I usually do the little cheat there to basically suspend the item in the air and then put the furniture underneath the item instead of the other way around. Still had loads of problems. It's really, really finicky to do that. But added books, as you can see, and they are, your sim has no problems getting to the books. I did test this out, and you'll see this in just a bit. And no room for a bathtub, so I went in for just that little shower there from the university pack. Again, that's the only thing from the university pack, so if you don't have it and you want to download this off the gallery, you won't have a shower. I do apologize. Decided to go for a purple towel. It was the closest I could get to the bluish purple of the curtains, unfortunately, but I do like those little towel racks. They're really pretty. Obviously, had to add plants. You gotta add plants to any Sims build. Plants just makes all builds in The Sims look better. Again, you can see here with French Country, there's not really that much to choose from in the way of small plants. You've got your large floor plants and your outdoor plants, but you don't have, there's very few little plants, like just for your countertops and your tables. Most of it's walls and large plants, so I did quite a bit of downsizing here. Grabbed the fiddle leaf fig because I wanted a plant near the toilet in the bathroom. So yeah, downsized that to get it to fit. Was originally going to go for a plant there, but I couldn't get it to center in the wall. So even with the move objects cheat, I couldn't get it to center. Went with a Pub Stories poster instead. Wanted a dresser, but I couldn't, it was too big, so I downsized it. And I really love the results of the downsized dresser. It's so cute, and it works, which I was overjoyed about. It actually does work, so that's really good. Downsized the plant there, and elevated it to fit on on top of the dresser for some decoration. You'll see I went with a simple bed, and I went with a floor mirror instead of the normal over-the-sink mirror, because we don't have a bathroom sink. So, and I really love that floor mirror anyway. Added a little overstuffed chair for relaxing in, and so the sim has a place to sit, to eat, and to read books. Side table there, which I thought was really cute, and it's a good extra source of light as well. Decided to put a rug there in the living area, and then we got rid of the rug in the kitchen because I thought it was too much rug. Too much rug, not enough floor showing. Wanted a radio, but again, there were no radios in the French country, so went with that old-fashioned gramophone. I thought it matched, you know? Tried to find a table to put it on, couldn't find anything, so ended up getting rid of that downsized cart with plants on it, and putting the gramophone up there instead. And again, your sim can access that without any problems. Putting in a little bit of artwork. I really wanted that fox picture. It's so cute, and I actually want that picture IRL, you know? It would be so cute up on the wall. And it's got a fox in it. That cinches it for me. I love foxes. Foxes are like super adorable. And you'll see where I ran out of money in a bit. So the outside, I wanted to make a formal French colonial style garden. So we started off with a nice little primrose path, radiating out from the house, back, front, and diagonally as well. And diagonal paths are a real pain in the neck to make in this game. Curved paths are super difficult, but you'll see why diagonals are interesting. So that's why diagonal paths are a pain, because you can't actually get a proper full diagonal path. It ends in like that squared off bit. The path glitches. You'll see here, I go right there. See how a bit of the path just shows up there? It's really weird. The boundaries of the lots are very glitchy in The Sims. So again, I wanted some topiaries, and the only French country bush in the game is from Get Together. So I wanted something, short to fit that spot right there. But there are 135 simoleons each. And I ran out of money, and you'll see in a bit how I dealt with that. Another problem that I had was the diagonals. I couldn't get the diagonals to work the way I wanted to. You can see there, it's like the diagonal angle was completely wrong. Did not match the paths at all, which really ticked me off, to be honest. So in the end, I decided not to go with diagonals and just keep any place that was diagonal open, which ended up, it worked. It ended up working out really well. I'm very pleased with the results. I have to admit, this is the first super formal garden that I have ever made. I really like the way it turned out. And normally my gardens, especially for micro homes, because they're usually like my starter homes, you know. But usually the gardens that I make for these micro homes are function over form. You know, they work, they're good for skill building, but they're not very pretty. This is more form than function. It ends up being really pretty, but not good at all for skill building, but that's okay. And right here is where I found out that I realized that I wasn't going to have enough money to be able to afford all of the bushes for all of the garden, so I found some debug hedges and got rid of all of the paid hedges and just replaced them with the debugs, which are free, by the way. And here we are on the last quadrant of the of the garden. Just getting the bushes all nice and even and symmetrical, matching with everything else, and I think this looks really, really nice, to be honest. I really do. It's really weird that the benches, something that I would consider to be an outdoor thing, is actually considered indoor in the Sims 4 hierarchy. I have no idea why they decided to make a bench and make the benches under the love seat in the under comfort instead of outdoors, but there you go. So I added several benches, added 4 benches, 1 per main quadrant there. Then went through with some terrain paint and made the grass inside all of the hedges a nice, stately, well-manicured dark green color, just to show, that this is a really well-maintained and fertilized and taken care of garden. Didn't like the different green grass, so decided to kind of line the outside of all the hedges, all of the light green grass there with a pebble type terrain paint. Wasn't sure if it would look nice, but it actually ended up looking really nice, I think. And just adding a bit more of a manicured and formal feel to the garden itself. So I put in a couple of... I wanted something, for skill building and money making. So I put in a few bee boxes. I also put in a few wedding arches there. One, because it just looks better, I think. It gives the garden a more complete feel. And also, it'd be a nice place for your Sims to get married at. I know it's more homey than formal, those arches, that is, but I still like them. Decided I wanted some kind of climbing plant going up the walls of the house. Couldn't find any that really fit, any of the ivy, so I ended up going with the wisteria. It is a micro home, of course, 27 out of 32 tiles, and I named it 5x5 French Country Micro. It is up on the gallery. You can feel free to download it if you wish to do so. Just remember to have Move Objects cheat on for this build. I put some light traits in: sunny aspect, romantic, and bracing breezes. So I thought that those 3 things fit the feel of a French garden, to be honest. Decided that I wanted to add some water features. So I grabbed a couple of the chicken fountains. Again, not it breaks away from the formal, French colonial style, the feel that I was going for the garden, but they're cute. I thought, the Sims your Sims would like to sit on the benches and watch the water. Watch the water fountain come out. Also added some picnic baskets. Now, I know that the picnic baskets don't work this way, they're not automatically full of food, but they do look really cute out, near those stone carpeting or rugs, whatever you want to call them. I love it. So yeah, here's just some first-person views of the inside and outside. You got the kitchen there and the living area. I think it turned out really, really well. I am very, very happy with the way this turned out. Everything in this house should be accessible for your Sim without any problems. So yeah, that's it from me. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please do hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. I am going to be concentrating on micro homes for a while now in the future, and we'll gradually ramp up to larger and larger homes. Anyway, again, thank you so much. The house is there in the gallery, as you can see, 5x5 French Country Micro. Please feel free to download it, and let me know what you think in the comments over on the gallery. I'll catch you all later. Bye for now.